Okay, guys, good to talk to you again. It's talking about dot plots today. Let's go ahead and look at our learning objective. Our learning objective is 3.8a, and that's summarize data sets with multiple categories using a dot plot. And what we want to be able to do by the end of the lesson is make a dot plot, and I can summarize data sets using a dot plot. Let's go ahead and watch this video over dot plots.
How can you use dot plots?
A dot plot is a way to organize data on a number line. For each day in April, Dara recorded the high temperature on a dot plot. What temperature occurred as the high temperature most often in April? Why do you think this graph is called a dot plot? It is called a dot plot because the data are recorded with dots on a number line. To read a dot plot, look at the numbers below the line. Then count the dots above each number. On Dara's dot plot, each temperature is labeled below the line. Each dot represents one day. Use the dot plot to find how many days the high temperature was 68 degrees Fahrenheit in April. Because there are two dots above the 68, the high temperature was 68 degrees Fahrenheit on 2 days in April. Which temperature has the most dots? There are 5 dots above the 66, so the high temperature was 66 degrees Fahrenheit on 5 days. The temperature that occurred as the high temperature most often in April was 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you know how you can use dot plots.
Okay, now we're going to work on a dot plot, and we're going to use the data from our favorite pizza toppings, and we're just going to basically take that data and turn it into a dot plot. So if you look over there, the cheese, there's 3 of y'all chose cheese, so I'm going to put 3 dots above cheese. Okay, with dot plots, there's a one-to-one relationship between the dots and the data. So there's going to be, you don't have to do any key for dot plots. Each dot stands for 1 point of data. So for cheese, I'm going to have 3 dots. And it's going to look very similar to bar graphs, except there's no scale on a dot plot. For pepperoni, I had 6, so I'm going to have 6 dots above pepperoni. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 people chose pepperoni as their favorite topping. Okay, sausage, which is my most amount of data, is going to have 9. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And my other was 5. So I was going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's how you make a dot plot for your favorite types of pizza. Let's go ahead and look at the other problems. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this guided practice problem. It says, Amelia recorded the number of people riding in each of 18 cars that passed by, then created a dot plot with the data. How many dots did she put over the number 2? And here's the data right here. She said 18 cars. This is cars 1 through 6, cars 7 through 12, and cars 13 through 18. And right here, the column number of people. These are the number of people in the cars right here. So and that's down the columns on the right there. So what we're going to go and do, we're going to go ahead and create the entire dot plot, and you'll just give us some practice on making dot plots. So first thing we need to do is decide how many dots will we put over the number 1. Okay, go ahead and answer that question now. Okay, let's go and check and see if you got it right. So I see one car that had 1. That's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yes, you should put 6 dots over the 1. We're going to do that now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now how many dots should we put over the 2? Okay, let's check and see if that's right. We'll circle them in blue. So that's 1, it's 2, there's 3, 4, and 5. So we should put 5 dots over the number 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now how many dots will we put over the number 3? Okay, let's check that. We'll circle those in orange. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So you should put 4 dots over the number 3. We'll go and do that. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Next, how many dots are we going to put over the number 4? Okay, let's check and see if that's right. I see 1 car, 2 cars, and 3 cars. So there should be 3 dots over the 4. Go and put the 3 dots over the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry, there's only 3. So 3. So let's go ahead and make sure we can answer our question here. And our question was, how many dots did we put over the number 2? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. So 5 dots over the number 2. 5 is the answer. Let's go ahead and look at the next problem. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this next problem. It says, how many more people took less than 10 minutes to run a mile than those who took more than 10 minutes to run a mile? So important information in this is I'm going to circle the word less than 10 minutes and more than 10. So that's the important information. I box in how many more. Okay, that tells me an operation that I need to use. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I understand what the question's asking. So I'm going to read the whole thing again. It says, how many more people took less than 10 minutes to run the mile than those that took more than 10 minutes to run a mile? So the first step in this problem, I think we need to figure out how many people it took less than 10 minutes to run a mile. Go and answer that now. Okay, let's check and see if that's right. I'm going to say that these people right here took less than 10 minutes to run a mile. Let's count them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it looks like 14 people. I'm going to double check, make sure I did it right. I'm going to count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got it right. So the 14 people took less than 10 minutes. I'm going to put an L over them. Okay. Now, how many people did it take more than 10 minutes to run a mile? Okay, let's go ahead and check. So it looks like these people took more than 10 minutes to run a mile. Let's go ahead and count them and check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. Double check again. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 people. It took more than 10 minutes to run a mile. So what operation am I going to use to figure out how many more people it took less than 10 minutes to run a mile than it took more than 10 minutes to run a mile? Yes, that's right. It's a subtraction problem. So the subtraction problem is going to be 14. I always start with a larger number. I'm going to take away 8. Okay, and really on that problem I can just count up. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it looks like 6 people took more or less than. 6 people took less than. 6 more people took less than 10 minutes to run a mile. Okay, it's time to go ahead and complete your independent practice. It'll be a blue puzzle piece right after this video, and it'll be titled Dot Plots, and it'll have today's date on it. So take your time and do your very best on it. If you have any questions, please email your teacher or send them a message in Schoology, and they'll get back to you really quick. And just take your time and do your best, and best of luck to you. We'll talk to you later.